My wife is a city swimming champion. She is unforgettable. My first love, and I fell into the water. She rescued him without hesitation. When she pulled him ashore, he looked at me provocatively and said, "Sorry, Liam, I'm too tired to save you. You have to find a way out of here yourself. I'm struggling in the water." My wife, Zara, looked at me with disdain. "You must have pushed Ben. Otherwise, how could he fall into the water?" I started to sink as I lost all my strength. But Liam felt embarrassed. Chapter 1. Help me. Ben and I shouted for help. But my wife didn't even look at me. She jumped into the water. Then she swam straight toward Ben. It's like she didn't even see me. "Ben, are you okay?" I watched as Zara looked around for help. But the river water rushed into my mouth and nose, filling me now. The cold river water drowned me. I looked at him desperately. When Zara rescued Ben and brought him to shore, Ben looked at me challengingly. "Sorry, Liam, I'm too tired to save you. You have to find a way out of here yourself." I wanted to say something, but I could only watch in despair. I'm speechless. Slowly, I sank until a swimmer found me and brought me to shore. I'm spitting water like a dying fish. Meanwhile, Zara is busy towel-drying Ben's hair. She didn't look at me. She didn't do it until she was done. She looked at me with contempt. "You must have pushed Ben. Otherwise, how could he fall into the water? Don't you know Ben is afraid of water? Why would you do such a disgusting thing?" Ben stopped her. "It's okay, Zara, don't be angry. I don't think William did it on purpose. I'm just too close to you. He feels uncomfortable. It's always like this. A few words can decide my fate. Whatever happens, Zara is always unconditionally on his side. I think Ben is slandering me and provoking me, just because he was her unforgettable first love in high school. William, you are disgusting. You should drown. You feel sick and want to kill someone. If I wasn't here today, the result would be unimaginable." I struggled in the water, exhausting all my strength. I couldn't even open my mouth to argue with her. Bystanders pointed at us. It's like watching a funny joke. I had to, as usual, when Ben slandered me, I defended myself. If Zara doesn't believe me, I will bow my head, admit my mistakes. You both need to take responsibility and apologize. But now we are in a life and death struggle. I suddenly understood, nothing matters except life and death. One foot has already stepped into the gate of hell. Why should I care whether she divorces me or quarrels with me? You two are a perfect match. One person dares to say it. Another person dares to believe it. I looked at them and tried to stand up. Zara's face darkened immediately. "William, what are you talking about? You still doubt our relationship. I already told you we're just friends. Can't you think for yourself and stop causing problems?" So, Zara takes Ben back to the hotel, leaving me alone by the river. I have heard this a lot in the 3 years since I got married. Every time I don't obey her wishes, or maybe I can't stand her and Ben, she left me this message. I always go to her to apologize. It seems like I did something wrong. I'm watching, I realized that I was a person with unclear thinking. A wife who neglects my life is not worth cherishing. Chapter 2. The river has been flowing for too long. The next day, I had a high fever. I stayed in the hotel all day, but my fever is too high. Because I am not familiar with this city, there's only Zara and Ben here. No one takes care of me. I thought about it for a while, but still couldn't decide whether to call Zara. The moment the phone was connected, loud DJ music blasted in my ears. Apparently, Zara and Ben are at the club. When she saw my phone, I heard Zara's annoyed voice. "William, what are you calling for? Don't you know we have a job to do?" I suppressed my anger and spoke kindly. "Zara, I'm sick. Could you buy me some medicine for the fever? And bring it to me?" "Yes." The call was cut off before I could even hang up. I was surprised. I didn't want to believe that Zara hung up the phone deliberately. So I called again. This time her voice was more impatient. "William, could you please stop bothering me? Do you think people would believe you if you pretended to be sick? Are you just trying to stop me from having fun with Ben?" "William, I told you not to make a fuss. We came here to work, and now we are taking a break. Don't cause trouble." Countless words flooded into my mind. This confused my feverish mind even more. It took me a moment to understand what she was talking about. Zara thought I was faking illness. I fell back on the bed. My consciousness is getting blurry. Just then, the phone rang again. I still hoped it was Zara, changing her mind. But that guy is my college friend. "William, I saw your social media. You are in this city too, right? I want to have dinner." It took me a while to recognize Chloe's voice. She was my best friend in college. But after graduation, we gradually lost contact. I said in a hoarse voice, "Chloe, can you get me some medicine for my fever? I will send you the address." In less than 30 minutes, Chloe arrived at my room. I got out of bed and opened the door. Chloe came in and asked, "I thought your wife was here too. Why doesn't she care about you?" I smiled wryly. She was having a party. We were in the city for a project Zara was working on. It's her job, I don't care. But Ben decided to go along too, saying he wanted to go sightseeing. I couldn't leave him and my wife alone, so I followed. But Zara wasn't very nice to me throughout the trip. Not only did we not share a room, but she kept giving me orders. Chloe was speechless for a moment. After giving me the medicine, she went to the supermarket and bought some fever-reducing patches. Sorry. On the way back, she met Zara and Ben. For convenience, I gave my room card to Chloe. But when Zara saw her, she thought she was a mistress. A look of being caught. She kicked the door open. Then I started arguing with Chloe. I have told you many times that I am William's college friend. Believe it or not. What did your college friends do in William's room? Midnight. You are nothing but a shameless mistress. Chapter 3. Wait a minute. I stood in front of the door, holding on to the wall. My body trembled. Zara, I told you I was sick. If you didn't buy me medicine, I had to ask my friends. What the hell is this? Now I know I will look very weak. So Zara never doubted that I was really sick. Her aggressive attitude softened immediately. Why didn't you explain this earlier? If you had told me clearly earlier, I would have come back earlier. Chloe rolled her eyes, crossing his arms, looking at Zara. Miss, did you enjoy the party with your lover? Even if he told you, would you believe him? Zara glared at her. Who do you call your lover? William, Ben, and I told you we were here on business. Are you going to spread rumors now? I had a high fever and could hardly stand. Chloe noticed. He then quickly placed a heat patch on his forehead. It was only then that I came to my senses. Zara, tell me the truth. Have I ever lied to you? I just told you that you went to the club with another man. He doesn't want to buy me medicine. Which part is a lie? Zara is speechless, giving Chloe a death stare. Why should we discuss our business with outsiders? This outsider just saved my life. And you? Since you came back, have you ever expressed concern about my condition? All you do is argue. Zara becomes quiet. But Ben, who heard these words, intervened. Who says Zara isn't interested in you? We are back within 30 minutes of your call. Chloe glanced at the bags in their hands. I've been to that club. Close at 2 a.m. Otherwise I'll stay up late. Zara and Ben both fell silent. I saw Chloe. Thank you very much today. It's late. It's not safe for you to go back alone. I'll pay for your hotel room here. You can leave tomorrow. Chloe shook her head. My brother is coming to pick me up. Take care, William. And don't let those shameless people take advantage of you. She looked carefully in Zara's direction. Zara immediately got angry. Who are you calling shameless? I call those who are angry shameless. Did you know they were about to start another argument? Many neighbors opened their homes to watch. I'm happy enough, aren't you ashamed? I said before slamming the door shut, blocking out all sound. I was sick for 3 days. When Zara and Ben were out alone, go to work every day. But from the 4th day on, I stopped caring. When I am fully recovered, I decided to help Zara and Ben with their project. Investigate as soon as possible. The sooner we come back, the sooner I deal with Zara. I had to rethink our marriage. Who would have thought this would happen? When you arrive at the equipment truck, I overheard Zara and Ben's conversation. I turned on the recorder on a whim. I felt like I might be able to capture something important. What we should do. This device is damaged. That's Zara's voice. The equipment is valued at over $1 million. We can't afford to replace it. After a moment's silence, Ben began to speak. I remember the Williams family had a lot of money. His parents run a business. What are you talking about? Are you blaming him? No one will know. Chapter 4. Sitting on a makeshift camping chair, they are all confused. William, when did you get here? I pursed my lips and showed a mocking expression. Where have you all been? I didn't see you. Zara showed a hint of discomfort on her face. But Ben remained calm. Didn't you hear what we were talking about before? No, I shook my head. Certainly. Zara and Ben both breathed a sigh of relief. Then Ben gave Zara a meaningful look. Right in front of me. But I've seen it all. I watched them lying with great interest. Zara walked up to me and asked gently, if only I could feel better. I secretly laughed at their stupidity. You can't hide your behavior. Still, I nodded. Then she briefly asked me how I was doing. Before we finally get to the point. Dear Ben, and I have been working all morning. Can you help me repair a machine? So we can take a break. I agree with you. Are you sure where the machine is? Zara's eyes lit up. She pointed to a black bin not far away. There is a blue device on the back seat. I walked. I caught a glimpse of Zara and Ben high-fiving each other. With my eyes, I pretended not to see it and opened the car door. Take a quick look around. Honey, I can't find my gear. Where is it? Isn't it right there? I pretend to search for more. I still can't see. Where the hell are you? Zara's tone became more and more impatient. Is it right there? Why can't I see it? I nodded quickly. Oh, here it is. But honey, I can't do it alone. Will you please help me, Ben? She said suddenly. Why is it so useless? Ben can move on his own. Understand what she is saying. She quickly corrected herself. Okay, I'll take him there. I watched Zara go. I said something to Ben. They both looked at me meaningfully. I knew they were up to something. Ben once again came up to me and belittled me. I heard you've been exercising for years. Is this just a hormone injection? You can't even lift a small piece of equipment. I am sick. My strength has not yet recovered. I have no intention of arguing with him. I followed Ben and lifted the equipment with him. There was a sly gleam in his eyes. I'm definitely planning something. I hold the device steady. I think I could easily carry 2 of these myself. After all, I usually lift weights 2 to 3 times the weight in the gym. But I can't tell. Just take a few more steps and you will know. Ben suddenly shouted, William, wait a minute. I need to tie my shoes. No need to wait for a reply. He let go of the device. I quickly told Ben to hurry up. I can't stand it for too long. The more I urged him, he moved slowly and told me not to worry. I screamed a few more times, pretending to struggle. Ben saw that I hadn't dropped it yet. I can't stop tying my shoes anymore. Then I stood up. Then I said I had to tie my shoes too. Ben, you hold it. I let it go and squatted down. Ben squatted for a moment. I woke up suddenly, feeling dizzy. I think he can handle it. He didn't pay much attention. In that moment of negligence, the device slipped from his hands. Then it fell straight to the ground. Chapter 5. And the device itself is already full of cracks, making it unusable. This sudden change shocked everyone. Zara seen from a distance. She thought she had succeeded, so she spoke hastily. William, this is $1 million machine. You broke it, so you have to pay for it. I pointed innocently at Ben. It wasn't my fault. Ben didn't catch it properly. Ben was obviously shocked and instinctively refused. You were the first one to let go. When I told him to lace up his shoes, he nodded. Zara never thought things would turn out like this. And I can't help but defend Ben. Can't you just wait until Ben's grip gets better before I let go? But Ben did the same thing. I just told you to tie your shoelaces. Then suddenly, without any warning, he let me go. If I hadn't persisted, I might be the one in trouble. Ben finally realized. He looked at me with red eyes. William, you did it on purpose. You pretended to be intolerant in order to frame me. Why would I frame you? You mean the machine is broken? I also want you to be accountable. I said in surprise. It's so cruel, I can't believe it. Zara's face turned pale and blue. They opened their mouths. I wanted to say something, but I couldn't find any reasonable argument. It doesn't matter if the machine breaks down. You still have responsibilities. If there is a reward, we should share it. I quickly pointed to the dashcam behind me. Dashcams don't capture everything clearly. I released you with your consent. The audio wasn't clear, but he could be heard nodding. Do you want to see the video? As soon as I said this, Ben turned pale. He squatted down and muttered to himself. $1 million. I couldn't afford it even if I sold myself. I can't afford it. Zara felt very sad when she saw this scene. William, even if we take a step back, don't you take any responsibility? What is the responsibility? Even if we take a step back, I am not responsible. I know she can't argue with me. Zara glared at me. He quickly ran over to comfort Ben, who was squatting on the ground. Okay, you two think of a way to make amends. I have to go because I have things to do. Leave this to them. I turned around and drove straight to Citibank. After the bank verifies your identity, I was taken to the VIP room. I wasn't there to get money for Ben. The other side. I was there to prevent that from happening. Mr. Su, what business would you like to handle today? I want to cancel the supplementary card under my name. After marriage, I gave Zara an extra card. I transferred all my company dividends to that card and told her to spend it however she wants. If she knew Zara, she would definitely use my card. Pay compensation to Ben. I should have prevented this possibility in advance. Sure enough, your membership level is quite high, so we can handle it immediately. After canceling the auxiliary card, I'm back in Beijing. Zara and Ben didn't even realize what was happening. Landed as planned after 5 hours of flight. My phone rang off the hook. Chapter 6. I called back slowly. Immediately, a hysterical voice was heard. William, did you cancel my card? Are you having any difficulties? Why do you want to cancel this card? Didn't I ask you to write this? Besides, it is our property. Do you have the right to cancel? I couldn't help but laugh when I heard her anxious and nervous voice. There are reasons for canceling a card. Should I report to you? Unlock your secondary card now. I need to write it now. There was a commanding tone in Zara's voice. I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. I answered lightly and clearly, trying to annoy her. William, where are you now? I just went to your room and didn't find you. Are you hiding? I pretended to remember and replied. Oh, I forgot to mention that I'm back in Beijing. Why did you go back? You're not happy about my presence. I thought about it. Ben is in big trouble. I decided not to make his problems worse. Zara was cursing me viciously on the other side, but I pretended not to hear. I was so bored that I even picked my ears. Oh, by the way, come back and get a divorce soon. I announced the big news and then hung up the phone like nothing had happened. When I came back, I went to work. First, I gave instructions to the receptionist and security departments to prevent Zara from obtaining permission. If she gets in trouble, you should call the police directly. Then I went back home to the city center. Locks were placed. I packed my bags and booked a month-long trip to Europe. I went to my parents' house. Take them on a trip. I went on vacation happily. I'm ready for a professional agent. Handle my business. They gave me a new phone number at which I could be reached. If necessary, I'll pull out my old phone number. I put it in my wallet. Out of sight, out of mind. I have rarely felt so comfortable since marrying Zara. She often encourages me to work hard. Keep belittling me. Said I couldn't give her a happy life. I'm worried that this will happen. I work like crazy. As the boss, I come to work earlier than everyone else. I left later than anyone else. Past 3 years, my nerves are like strings. Never rest. Breathing the humid air of a strange European city, I feel relaxed. Review. I can't believe how I survived those days. After a month of relaxing travel with my parents, I boarded the flight back home. I think my parents have a problem. In my marriage, going on vacation with Zara. But no one dared to ask. They were afraid that I would be sad. I used to love Zara very much. I was determined not to marry anyone. But she is. I didn't explain it to my parents. They are old, and being angry does them no good. I decided to solve my problem myself. After returning home, I reinserted the SIM card. After a month of silence, as expected, as soon as I put it in, calls and messages poured in. In fact, Zara bombarded my social media accounts. But I blocked her everywhere. This gave me some peace. I didn't even think about reading hundreds of messages. I just called Zara. When are you getting divorced? Zara's hysterical voice came from the other end of the phone. William, where have you been this month? Do you know Ben? They took out high-interest loans to pay for the losses. Now he is being pursued by creditors. How can you be so heartless? Chapter 7. Sorry, I lost touch while I was abroad. I don't know about this. As time went on, I reached out to a mutual friend to see last month's full story. After canceling Zara's supplementary card, then he went abroad. Ben goes a little crazy and yells at Zara. Didn't I say I could pay? I can't afford it now. Zara was good-natured, so he tried to appease him. It doesn't matter. I will go to Beijing to ask William for money. When she came to my house, we met face to face. She wasn't just sad that I was leaving the country, but I also changed the locks. Zara went to my company, but no matter how much she fussed, the receptionist never let her in. She then planned to seek sympathy from my parents, until I realized I had taken them all. This completely broke her down. She had a considerable amount of money, about 300,000, and borrowed more from different people. But not only did my friends refuse to lend her the money, they also scolded her. She tried to borrow money from her colleagues. I only saved about 100,000 yuan. 600,000 people still missing. Laboratory with damaged equipment. He urged Ben to pay. So he gritted his teeth and borrowed 600,000 yuan from a local loan shark. Agreed to pay 700,000 yuan within 1 month. Who knows where it is? He gained confidence. He thought he could pay it back. Maybe he was thinking with Zara. He can still get money from me. A month later, the debt collector. Ben's company caused a stir. As a result, he lost his job. He's hiding somewhere else. However, he was discovered by the collector and beaten. Go to the hospital. The bosses called everyone around Ben over. Now he keeps getting dumped by everyone except Zara, those who still stay by his side. In the hospital, my friend told me this vivid story. I couldn't help laughing. He suggested, the most important thing now is to divorce Zara. But I don't think it's easy. I promised him. How are you? If Zara agrees to a divorce amicably, then there is evidence. How are you? But if she gets in trouble and ends up in court, this is more than just a simple divorce. Certainly. Zara heard that I returned to China. She came running to me. She looked tired from taking care of others. As soon as she saw me, she walked towards me quickly. William, where have you been this month? Do you know how hard life is here? I know. What does that have to do with me? I replied expressionlessly. I'm still your wife. Is there something wrong with me? I want to use our joint property. I looked at her angrily. Haven't received my divorce agreement yet? You return empty-handed. Why don't I lie? I laughed and played the recording on my phone. This is not just a lie. I believe there is a good reason for this. You married me with the wrong intentions. You are talking nonsense. Zara was very angry and scolded me. But it soon became quiet again. She heard a voice coming from the phone. What do we do? This device is damaged. This is Zara's voice. The equipment is valued at over $1 million. If we breach the agreement, neither of us will be liable for damages. Two clear voices rang out in the room. Zara muttered in disbelief. You know everything. Chapter 8. A hint of malice suddenly flashed in Zara's eyes. She glared at me. So you called Ben on purpose. I went to frame him and help him carry the equipment. I frowned at her distortion. Ben tried to frame me, but ended up hurting himself. Zara, I'm the victim here. I just avoided your trap. Everything you and Ben are facing now, you deserve it. Let me tell you, if you don't agree to divorce, I will submit this recording to the police. You and Ben might meet in prison. After hearing my last words, Zara finally showed fear. Lower her once proud head. William, you are so special. We have been married for 3 years. Don't you feel sorry for him? For people like you. I replied coldly that it was not worth it. Watching Zara sign the divorce papers, I immediately sent it to my attorney. A month later, the official schedule was confirmed. There is now a 1-month cooling-off period for divorces. But you won't regret it. That incident revealed Zara's true character. And realize this. My 3 years of love is not worth it. So I can leave so firmly. Otherwise, I will still be controlled by Zara. No freedom. A few days later, I attended a class reunion. All my classmates know about my divorce. You didn't try to convince me. The only person who tapped me on the shoulder at the hotel that day was Chloe. I want to advise you to divorce. But when I think back to my college days, crazy pursuit of happiness, I'm afraid I'll regret it after I recover. So I didn't say anything. When I was in college, I laughed because I was not good at judging others. I will run towards the person I like. I answered awkwardly. Chloe, I just ended a marriage. I don't want to do anything else. She raised her hand to stop me. Not embarrassing at all. Who is asking you to agree now? There is still plenty of time in the future. She smiled brightly at me, and I smiled back. In fact, there is still a lot of time in the future. 1 month later. Today, Zara and I had planned to finalize our divorce when we arrived. It seems like Zara takes a lot of care with her outfit. I don't know if this is meant to celebrate a divorce or make me regret. But no matter how beautiful she looks, I don't care. Let's go and do the formalities. Waiting for William. You know, once we get in, there's no going back. I nodded blankly. What could I regret? Seeing my attitude, Zara bit her lip and moved closer to me. But I regret it. Don't you want to give our marriage another chance? I quickly pushed her away. I feel sick when I touch it. Zara, we all know the truth. Even if we go back again, there will always be conflicts between us. Whether you cheat or not, you have exceeded my limits. We will never look back. Chapter 9. Zara seemed to have finally given up her grim face. William, you are such a great man. I didn't see her signaling to anyone. Behind a nearby car, Zara and I walked into the complaints office together. Recalling the last time I came here, I'm so excited. Full of expectations for married life. But now thinking back, that life exists only in my memory. Because I married Zara, so this will never happen. The process was completed faster than expected. I was relieved. When I got the divorce certificate, it's all over. Maybe it's because you saw me relax. Zara's face turned ugly. Why are you so happy to divorce me? I'm sorry you noticed I laughed twice. Now that you noticed, I won't pretend anymore. After leaving the Civil Affairs Bureau, I walked to my car and started to open the door. But then Zara came up to me. We divorced, but it was a peaceful process. Why don't you give me a ride? I didn't even look at her. Sorry. I have to pick someone up later. Chloe just arrived in Beijing on a business trip. You promised to have dinner with me. I was busy replying to her. Zara glanced at my phone. Her tone was angry as she spoke to the woman. Oh, I can't believe you met someone else. After divorce. I laughed at him, trying to make me feel guilty again. It's better than knowing someone before your divorce. Didn't you notice I was talking to Chloe? When the joy disappears, suddenly, I heard Ben's voice behind me. William, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in this situation. It's all your fault. Let's go to hell together. I didn't have time to react. Look up. I saw Ben running towards me with a gleaming sword. I avoided the critical point, but the knife still pierces my heart. I felt as if all the strength had left my body. Let me be empty. I watched the blood gush out. There weren't many people on this road at that time. Ben realized what he had done and turned and ran. The staff of the Civil Affairs Bureau came out. I saw myself lying in a pool of blood. They screamed and quickly called an ambulance. When I was taken away in the ambulance, I almost lost consciousness. Hold the doctor's hand and shout. Ben was the murderer and Zara was his accomplice. I don't know if the doctor heard me when I passed out. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. My heart hurts. Even the smallest action, it feels like being torn apart. I couldn't help rolling my eyes. Then I saw Chloe sleeping next to me. Hold my hand. I moved my fingers gently. Chloe woke up immediately with surprise. If you wake up, I'll call the doctor. Chloe brought a doctor. Someone briefly explained my condition. Ben is my favorite. But fortunately, because he dodged slightly, the knife wound was not fatal. But I had lost too much blood and was very weak. The wound has just healed. I couldn't move for a moment and had to lie on the bed. But that's not what I want to know. The question is whether Ben and Zara were caught. Chapter 10. The Civil Affairs Bureau immediately called the police. He followed me to the hospital. Because I lost consciousness, doctor. I gave a statement to the police before boarding the ambulance. On-site surveillance video. Zara and Ben were quickly identified. Zara was arrested that same day, but Ben was nowhere to be seen. Police found evidence of Zara. She plotted to hurt me with her phone. Prove her complicity. Police are currently searching the entire city. I nodded to Ben to show that I understood. I never imagined that Ben would actually try to stab me. In public, he seemed ready to risk it all. Reflection. I felt relieved that I had avoided the point. Otherwise, if Ben succeeds, this will be a tragic loss. Zara's parents came to the hospital with fruit and begged with me. Even though I lived with them for 3 years as their son-in-law, I still remember how they tried to take advantage of me. For the money, Zara's mom sat down next to my bed and glanced at Chloe, a man peeling an apple. The nurse came out and asked, "Do you have anything else to say?" "Auntie, she is my girlfriend, so feel free to talk to me." Chloe looked at me, her eyes sparkling. I nodded at Zara's mom when she gave me a displeased look. "I found a girlfriend right after Zara and I divorced. Did you meet her before your divorce? I don't need to explain my loyalty to you. But Zara, you're not trying to murder me." Zara's mom looked confused. "I'll convince you. After all, you and Zara have been married for 3 years. Can't we just let this be a minor issue?" Although it was just a small question, I still frowned. I was nearly stabbed to death. As a parent, how would you feel if someone did this to Zara? Zara's mother said firmly, "But you're not dead." Looking at her face that looks like Zara, I felt nothing but disgust. "If I die, you will be safe. Your daughter won't survive. Attempted murder is punishable by death." Maybe Zara was fooled by Ben. You know he's not that kind of person. I get impatient with the same excuses over and over again. It seemed like Chloe had had enough. "Stand up and drive them out. The patient needs rest. If you have nothing else, please leave or I will call security. You are a little girl." Before they could say anything, Chloe pushed them all away. "Quietly leave the room." She sat down and asked me, "Were you serious just now?" I pretended not to understand. "How about I be your girlfriend?" I covered myself with a blanket. I don't speak easily. What I said reflects my true thoughts. A week later, Ben was captured on board, trying to sneak out of the country. He planned to flee abroad. However, it was intercepted during a smuggling bust. In court, Ben and Zara blamed each other. Both sides claimed that the other was behind the attack. They are victims. Final. The evidence showed that he intended to hurt me. From Ben, there is solid evidence. The court sentenced Ben to life imprisonment, suspected of attempted murder. Zara was sentenced to 10 years in prison as an accomplice. Zara's parents had spent all their money. They pulled out all the stops. Reduce her sentence. But it didn't work. They all got what they deserved.